जब तक आपके पास जुनून है, फोकस है और पूरा सपोर्ट है, तब तक आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। बचपन के जुनून के साथ, राष्ट्र निर्माण के साथ और साथ ही फैमिली के सपोर्ट के साथ आज हमारे साथ हैं एक गतिशील प्रिंसिपल, एक शिक्षावाद, एक ट्रेनर और एक काउंसलर, मिसेस किरण दलाल। ये टीचिंग और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के 3 दशकों से अधिक एक्सपीरियंस के साथ 50 मोस्ट इफेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल में से एक हैं। अंडर गाइडेंस ब्राइट स्कॉलर सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल सोनीपत में पिछले 3 साल से प्रिंसिपल हैं और इनके होते हुए रिजल्ट्स और जिला टॉपर के पोजीशन में बखूबी सुधार आया है। तमाम प्रोफेशंस को बनाने के इस जर्नी में निहार कर टीचर बनने की बचपन के जुनून के साथ शुरू की। मिसेस किरण के घर की बाउंड्री एक स्कूल की दीवार में आपस में मिली हुई थी और वे टीचर्स को पढ़ाते हुए और सम्मान करते हुए देखने के लिए दीवार पर चढ़ जाया करते थे। वे ग्रेट सर छोटू राम के परिवार से संबंध रखती हैं, जो ब्रिटिश भारत के पंजाब प्रांत में एक प्रमुख राजनेता थे। मिसेस किरण के परिवार में लोग अलग अलग प्रोफेशन से हैं, लेकिन कोई भी टीचर नहीं था, तो इसलिए इनसे उनके पढ़ाने के जुनून को बढ़ावा मिला और वह अपने बीएड करने चली गई।
Teachers are mind engineers. Teachers are life directors. They encourage minds to think, hands to create, and heart to love. I wholeheartedly welcome Mrs. Kiran Dalal. She is not only a dynamic principal, educationist, trainer, and counselor. She is amongst 50 most effective principals with an experience of over 3 decades of teaching in administration. Bright Scholar Senior Secondary School, Sonipat. She is now in as a principal, has improving results and the position of distinct toppers for the past 3 years. मैम आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत करती हूँ मैं न्यूज़ 47 स्पॉटलाइट की सीरीज में। आज आप हैं हमारे साथ।
Thank you, Aarti. Thank you very much. My pleasure to be with you. I'm honored that you invited me to this session, and I think we are going to share some beautiful things online today.
बिल्कुल, हम बहुत सारी बातें आज आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे। आप हैं स्पॉटलाइट में न्यूज़ मीडिया 47 के साथ हमारी सीरीज के अंदर एक्सक्लूसिव प्रोग्राम विद एन एक्सक्लूसिव गेस्ट ऑफ अस। तो किरण दलाल जी, जैसे कि आपका एक 3 डिकेड का जो सफर रहा है वो टीचिंग प्रोफेशन से रहा है और आपने उसमें एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में भी बहुत काम किया। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं ये जानना चाहूंगी कि ऐसी क्या इंस्पिरेशन थी कि आपने टीचिंग को ही अपना प्रोफेशन बनाया?
ऐसी बहुत सारी बातें होती है आरती, जिससे हम अपना प्रोफेशन चूज करते हैं। वो एक बात नहीं होती, शायद एक के बाद कड़ियां जुड़ती जाती हैं और हम प्रोफेशन को चूज कर लेते हैं। कभी आपका रुझान उस तरफ होता है, कभी आपको बच्चे अच्छे लगते हैं। समटाइम्स यू वांट टू एक्सेल एंड यू वांट टू हेल्प पीपल एंड यू रियली फील कि हाँ, टीचिंग एक ऐसा प्रोफेशन है जिससे सारे प्रोफेशंस बनते हैं। तो इसका सबको देख देख के, अपने अध्यापकों को देखते हुए और आसपास बच्चों को देखते हुए, समाज को देखते हुए एक मन में जिज्ञासा होती है कि कुछ ऐसा किया जाए जिससे या समाज सुधरे या समाज सुधारने की कोशिश की जाए, या एक संसार को एक बेहतर जगह बनाई जाए रहने लायक, कि सब लोग थोड़े अच्छे हों, या समझदार भी कह सकते हैं आप इनको, लेकिन सहयोग के साथ जिए। एंड टू ट्रेन स्टूडेंट्स, these beautiful minds at the age of 2.5 years till 19 years of age, it's a big responsibility. So I wanted to take up this responsibility. I was always inspired with lots of people around, with my teachers, from my family also. We had so many role models. My great grandfather was Chotu Ram. He was a leader, and I wanted to do something which is special, which was very close to my heart. As children also play, we used to imitate our teachers, and in the family also लोग बात करते हैं कभी कभी कि ये तो टीचर बनेगी, ये प्रिंसिपल बेटा बनेगा, तो something like this which inspires you, these hidden words. And when teachers, your own teachers, keep motivating you, and when they can say you can do something good, you can be a good teacher, come, let's teach the class today, and these small little steps which make your future. So it's very rightly said that a teacher's word can make or break a child. So maybe there was someone who made my future so bright, and I decided to be a teacher again to make the students brighter and brighter.
आपके बारे में हमने बहुत सी बातें सुनी है जिसमें ये कहा जाता है कि जब प्रिंसिपल मैम स्कूल में हुआ करती हैं तो बच्चों के चेहरे पर मुस्कुराहट रहती है, छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी आपको छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं होते। तो ये क्या है, ये वो पॉजिटिविटी है या ये खूबसूरत स्माइल है या ये खूबसूरत विचार है आपके?
मुझे ये लगता है कि बच्चे बहुत प्यारे होते हैं आरती। जब भी आप उनके पास जाओ और किसी दुखी बच्चे को देखते हो और आप उनको एक स्माइल करो या उनको एक छुओ या उनको अपने पास बुला, उसको नाम से बुला लो, तो बच्चे के लिए उतना ही काफी है। अब एक छोटी सी उदाहरण मैं दूंगी। छोटा सा बच्चा 3 साल का या 4 साल का बच्चा अपने माँ बाप को छोड़ के पहली बार घर से निकलता है और उसको वो इतना अटैच्ड होता है अपने पेरेंट्स से उससे पहले, स्कूल जाने से पहले, कि वो सोच ही नहीं सकता कि वो अपने बिना माँ के बिना या अपने पापा के बिना या अपने दादा दादी के बिना 1 घंटा या 2 घंटा कहीं दूर रह सकता है। उनको 2 मिनट के लिए नजर ना आए तो वो अपने माँ को, अपने पिता को या अपने सबको, दादा दादी को, सबको ढूंढने लग जाता है। लेकिन स्कूल में आकर क्या लगता है कि वो बच्चे, हम जो होते हैं, जो मैं ये मानती हूँ कि जो अध्यापक है, जो टीचर्स है, एज टीचर्स वी आर द सेकंड पेरेंट्स। अगर हम पेरेंट बन सकते हैं तो I always believe that my efforts are that children should feel as if they have come to the mother only, not someone else, a mother or a grandmother and a good friend. They must see as the age changes, the relation keeps changing. So I keep enjoying all those relations and I try to impart those relations and live with the students with those relations, not to create gaps, but to bridge the gaps. कि वो पास रहें, हंसे खेलें. They should feel free to discuss. They should not be scared of a principal कि principal आ गई तो बस डरना शुरू हो जाए. ऐसा नहीं होता. They feel very happy और भाग कर आकर वो मेरे साथ खेलते भी हैं, मैं उनके साथ भी खेलती हूँ और पढ़ते भी हैं, and they discuss so many things. So I am very proud and I feel privileged that I am blessed with so many children and I can make them happy at least.
किरण जी, अगर हम आपकी जर्नी के बारे में बात करना चाहें, जहां से आपने शुरुआत की और आज ब्राइट स्कॉलर स्कूल तक आप पहुंची और उस स्कूल में 3 साल से डिस्ट्रिक्ट को आप टॉपर्स दे रही हैं और बहुत कुछ उस स्कूल के अंदर बदला है। इससे पहले भी आप काफी स्कूल्स के साथ जुड़ी रही, तो कैसा रहा वो एक्सपीरियंस?
मैंने सबसे पहले पढ़ाना शुरू किया 1995. This was the year 1995 when I went to admit my son to the school. So that was the day when I started teaching. I mean, I was offered this post that come and join our school and you can start teaching. And I joined the school. After joining that school, there was no stopping. I mean, I don't know, maybe I was overcommitted or I was over passionate towards this profession. So my talent, and I'm blessed that I met the people who recognized my talent and who motivated me always, who inspired me. And they kept giving me opportunities and responsibilities, and which I believe I did with full commitment, and I never failed and never let anyone down. Whatever responsibility was given to me, I performed it very well, with utmost sincerity, and I kept growing. I was a primary teacher, then I was the second middle school teacher, then a senior secondary class teacher. Then I was promoted to senior mistress, then headmistress, then vice principal, then principal. So the journey was I mean, there are so many ups and downs also, but still I must say that it was, since I was growing day by day, so it was a smooth journey, and I kept learning every day. Whenever I felt there's a problem and I'm not able to understand something or I cannot perform something, I always asked for help. I never hesitated to say that this maybe I will not be able to do it. So please, from wherever I could find out, I used to find resources, collect resources, and do the thing with utmost sincerity and with excellence. I must say. So this has been my course of journey, or you can say that my growth time. That yes, I started with the primary teacher and then kept growing and growing and became a principal. Then I headed so many schools also.
Okay. So what was the feeling when you were recognized as a 50 most effective principals? It would have been a great moment for you.
True, Adi. It was awesome, I must say, because generally what happens, we as principals, we keep motivating and recognizing the talent of the students and teachers. We keep appreciating teachers, we keep appreciating the students, but it's I mean, seldom people recognize the talent of a principal. And when you get the opportunity or you get the chance that you are recognized as 50 most effective principals, that's I think I must say that I'm blessed that I got this type of opportunity and I got recognized as 50 most effective principals. That was a very good, and when I got the news, it was really surprising for me that something like this also can come to a principal.
Okay.
It's okay, sometimes we get best teacher award and all, but being 50 most effective principals was something very, very dear to me till date.
Definitely, we can understand that there are a lot more feathers in your cap. It's not only about the 50 most effective principal. There are many other things as National Excellence Award and the many other awards who have been getting all of them. So it's a great achievement and recognition for you.
Thank you so much. I mean, awards and sincerity, again, I must say that when I feel that I can take all my team members along with me, all my teachers, because teachers are the kingpins. If a school gets the recognition or if school gets good results, it's not only the principal. Principal is the thinking place or the brain of the school. But the execution has to be done by teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So I really am thankful to all the teachers that I keep training my teachers, and the way I train them, they're ready to learn. Maybe I'm blessed that I have such a dedicated staff with me. And because of that only, because of all these teachers, because of the students who are trained in this way, we get all these excellent results. And all these awards, really, teachers are the kingpin of a school. And with their efforts, we are able to get these awards.
मैं अब यहाँ से थोड़ा सा अलग एक सवाल आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी, क्योंकि ये पैंडेमिक रहा कोविड-19 का, और लॉकडाउन के थ्रू टीचर्स वर द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पर्सन्स हु हैव बीन अफेक्टेड बिकॉज द स्कूल्स एंड द कॉलेजेस एंड द इंस्टीट्यूशंस वर नॉट इन अ रनिंग पोजीशन, और कोर्स भी खत्म कराना था. दे हैड बीन बर्डन्ड बाय ऑनलाइन क्लासेस, दो दे आर नॉट एबल टू, दे आर नॉट बीन टॉट अबाउट ऑनलाइन क्लासेस इससे पहले. तो आपके स्कूल्स में आपके स्टाफ के ऊपर किस तरह का प्रेशर रहा लॉकडाउन का, एंड हाउ यू एबल टू डील विद इट?
Auntie, during this lockdown, it has been a tough time for everyone. Pandemic this was not a situation which was normal. This was something which very, very abnormal, and no one was prepared for it. Just, I mean, overnight things changed. It did not give us time to think.
Mm-hmm.
It did not give any preparation time.
Exactly.
No buffer time was there. So within overnight, I mean, when we were doing one day before, we were doing something else and we were declaring the result, the parents were ready to come to school. From 23rd, the school was to restart, and suddenly it was announced that there's an absolute lockdown and no one is going to come out of houses, and we all have to stay indoors. Now the challenge was that the students, for how long can they stay indoors without studies? Because children has to be kept busy. They cannot be just sent home and do nothing. Anytime, and this becomes the bigger responsibility of schools, principals, and teachers. How to keep the students busy and learning. Not only busy with the necessary things, but even the main concern was the learning outcome of the student has to be effective. This was the main concern. So overnight, I mean, earlier also I've been training my teachers to do some online courses, and I've trained them how to prepare videos, I mean, teaching videos or some support material, like we have smart classrooms. So we were making we were recording their lessons during the classes only. And this was the first step that we did, that whatever recorded lessons we had, we started sending it to the children. And let's not waste time. And I guided my teachers that you please do it. But the problem was the stress which was there with the teachers. Teachers now, now earlier what was happening? They were coming to school, leaving everything at home. All family members, everyone is at home, and the teacher is performing in the classroom. But now the teacher has to perform the same duty, in fact, more duty from home when everyone is around. Husband is there, in-laws are there, the children are there, and So there was a lot of pressure on teachers. So for this, I kept doing lots of counseling sessions, risk management, time management. I was there to help them. We had been, I mean, during lockdown when it started and when we started with the online classes, we did not know what is the time at night. Maybe at 2 a.m. we are working on some videos, preparing the content. And I was always there with the teachers. I mean, 10 of us on the Zoom classes, or maybe on, first we started with WhatsApp, then we came to Zoom, and then we were preparing the content, how to deliver. And the main challenge here was, in earlier what was happening, like a teacher is going to the classroom within the four walls of a classroom. The teacher is teaching, no observations or least observation. But now the teacher is exposed to the world. Everyone is watching, everyone is listening, everyone is knowing what the teacher is saying. So
even the pressure was there. The parents are also watching what the teacher is saying and what the teacher is teaching.
The performance pressure, the pressure of accuracy. Because
exactly.
The parents are there around all the time and they're supervising and monitoring and they're listening. Even they were excited that now the teacher has come to home. Within the class, within the bedroom, the teacher is teaching. So everyone was excited to listen to the teacher, what the teacher says. So everything has to be accurate and prompt. So this was the biggest challenge, that the quality of content and what the content has to be taught, and then the learning outcome, and then the stress, how to manage. The teachers has to manage the stress of the family around, because they also had family time. Now the maids were not coming, no help was there, everyone was at home, kitchen work increased, all the domestic things increased many folds. So all this was to be taken away from the teacher. Teacher has to, so we timetabled. I suggested, I mean, I had lots of meetings with even with the few of the family members of the teachers where they were finding it very difficult. I had a word with the family members. We discussed things. We said, okay, let's timetable the timetable of this teacher. Please give it to me, and then we could come out and with a solid plan. So this much, these hours are for the school. Otherwise, she is with you all the time in the school, at home. But when she's at home, from this time to this time, she is in school. Please think that she imagine, take it as she is in school. So we could sort out things with I mean, communication, I believe, is the best tool. With communication, understanding, connectivity, we can solve each and every problem. Otherwise, if we do not talk and we do not share our problems, or do not I mean, interfere or maybe interact with people, then we cannot find the solution to any problem. So all these problems were sorted out, solved within very few days, maybe I should say somewhere within hours, and we could come to a normal teaching routine, and we did not face much of the problems there after that.
So now we are heading towards Unlock 5, where we are thinking that everything will get normal. So what are the norms you are going to follow in your school?
Yes, that's this. Now I believe now this is the biggest challenge, because
exactly post-COVID things will be different.
Yes, because suppose the school now also, when the children are coming to school, they're coming for doubt clearing sessions. Sometimes they do come to school to perform some practicals, because experiments were not being done. Although online, virtually, we have demonstrated all the experiments, but children also feel more confident when they touch the instruments and then they perform themselves in the lab. So they've been coming to school in these past days, and now they'll be coming in more number. If they start coming to school when school reopens, lots of standard operation systems has to be taken care of. Well, not only what government is telling us, wearing a mask has to be a routine. I mean, it has to be a habit now. We have to learn to live with mask. We have to learn with social distancing. But school is not a place for social distancing. In fact, we are there to remove social distancing.
Exactly.
School is the place where we ask them, there shouldn't be any social distancing, there should be no differences. Children come to meet friends. They meet their teachers, they meet their friends, and they make some very good friends. So these are the challenges which we, health and hygiene. It's okay. I mean, washing hand, it's not a big deal. Children can do, we can always monitor them. We can send them out, go wash your hands. Now the weather is also perfect, fine. We can have outdoor classes. classrooms can be outside in big fields. We have playgrounds. We can have classrooms there as the Gurukul system. But still, the main concern will be the social distancing, sharing. A child will always love to share the tiffin. A child will always would like to drink from the bottle of the friend.
We had been teaching them sharing is caring, and now no sharing.
Yes. That's what we used to teach them, these values, that sharing, caring. Come and help somebody. If somebody has fallen, please help them to get up and take them to infirmary, or so many helps were there. Sit with the friends while you're eating, so that you can understand the community living. But now we have to take away all these things, but still we have to instill those values in them. We cannot take away the values. We cannot take away these life skills from them, that you are not supposed to help anyone, or you're not supposed to touch if someone has fallen or hurt. So this is schools. We are going to have a lot of challenges, but we are going to manage them. Let's see how beautifully we can do it. We are planning every day how to manage these things, because we cannot ignore, we cannot skirt, we cannot do away with these things. That yes, the child is it should not be learning all these values, life skills or moral values, and sharing, caring, honesty, all these things, and they should come to school. We cannot say it. We have to teach them all this also. We have to inculcate these habits, good habits, and then we have to. But the best thing of a pandemic, if I say that there are good things which have come up: balanced diet, not eating anything from outside, junk food has gone away. Now even the parents are demanding, like in the canteen, children were demanding these junk food earlier. Now they are saying if children come to school, the canteen should not open, but even if the food is to be provided, food should be like a balanced diet should be there.
Exactly.
Something which may add on to their immunity. So that type of food should be there. So it's a good thing which has come up from parents also, from the children also. And more of cleanliness is there now. They are more aware about the hygiene and health systems. So there are certain things which COVID has given us beautifully. Like even I must say that this COVID-19 or the pandemic has built up the competency of the teachers also. Indirectly, if we see, they become more technology, tech savvy now. Earlier, what was happening? We were giving them smart boards and they were not using it.
Exactly.
They were running away from the technology. There was always a fear,
technology.
we can see in the teachers. They used to think if they start using this technology, maybe the teacher will go away from the class. And now they are the teachers who were saying, oh no, technology we must learn. And they have learned it, they mastered it in fact. And the children to whom we were always punishing them for bringing mobile to school. Now we are asking them to use mobiles all the time, and these laptops and all these gadgets, and use internet everywhere. And we will be making the campuses Wi-Fi. They can use the internet freely now whenever they come to school also, because they'll be coming with these gadgets now. So these are the changes we are going to do.
Definitely, we believe कि आप के मार्गदर्शन में जरूर ये सारे नॉर्म्स फॉलो किए जाएंगे. एंड शेयरिंग केयरिंग किस तरह से की जाती है, कीपिंग ऑल द सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, ये भी बच्चों को अच्छी तरह से समझा दिया जाएगा. नाउ कमिंग फॉरवर्ड, नाउ बीइंग फॉरवर्ड, अब मैं जानना चाहती हूँ, वी वर बीन टॉकिंग टू प्रिंसिपल मिसेस किरण दलाल. Now I want to know something about Mama Kiran Dalal. I want to talk about your daughter, क्योंकि ऐसा देखा जा रहा है कि टीचिंग प्रोफेशन से बच्चे थोड़ा पीछे हट रहे हैं. They are going to other professions. तो ये भी एक आजकल का जो है, ये भी एक सच है. तो ऐसे में आपकी बेटी ने एयरफोर्स ज्वाइन किया. So what was that reaction, movement, and what was those feelings?
आती मेरे दो बच्चे हैं, मेरी एक बेटी एक बेटा. बेटी बड़ी है, बेटा छोटा है. And both of them, I mean, I don't know, they were inclined towards defense forces. उनको लगता था बचपन में कि हम जाएंगे, we will go to army, air force somewhere. So they used to play also like this. And then suddenly what happened, that yes, okay. And my daughter, she was doing engineering, and she tried to write an exam for Air Force. So she cleared that exam, AFCAT, and she also cleared. She got selected with with the computer department also, because she has done something in computers. So she was I will not name the company, but she was associate. She got very good placement in that company, also
Okay.
campus placement. And she was, now she was confused, and both the results came the same day. She was selected for Air Force also, and she was selected for that multinational company also. So now the confusion, people were saying that there's a lot of money, there's a lot of respect, there's a lot of exposure, go for computer career. But then again she came to me, she said, my passion is that I should go for Indian Air Force. I want to serve the nation. I want to be in uniform. I mean, even I used to admire uniform. All these uniform services, I used to admire the belt service. So she was very keen on going there. Right from childhood, she used to talk about it. Yes, I want to do this. I want to do this. So fine now, and now the decision was difficult. So I said, okay, beta, since you like this, and now because of what people are saying, you want to go for something else, don't change your decision, live your passion and go and join Air Force. And she joined Air Force and she's very happy. And she was, I must share that she was adjudged as best cadet in her passing out parade. In presence of NDA cadets also, be it the academic, she was the topper. She was topper in cross country. She was the first position in all games also. So she was the best cadet there. But so I told her that when she was given this award of best cadet, I said, beta, see, this is when we do something of our passion, this is the result of that.
Exactly.
If you would have gone to some other place, maybe you would not perform that well. So one must live the passion, whatever you're passionate about, you must do it. So I never stopped her. It was so. This was the reason. Although we kept motivating her. We used to talk to her about it, and finally she got through it.
That's the most beautiful thing, because if you go with the passion, definitely you do excellence in your work also. This is a very good example of Mrs. Kiran Dalal and her daughter, who are doing so passionate work, and they are just making so many memorable moments in that. It's a hats off to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
अगर मैं आपको बताऊं दोस्तों, तो एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम, प्रेसिडेंट एंड एरोस्पेस साइंटिस्ट, उन्होंने एक बात कही थी बहुत ही खूबसूरत सी, टीचिंग इज अ वेरी नोबल प्रोफेशन दैट शेप्स द कैरेक्टर, caliber and future of an individual. If the people remember me as a good teacher, that will be the biggest honor for me. And the same goes for Kiran ma'am, you too.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Teacher, always teacher first. You be the principal, you be a mother, but you are a teacher always. And yeah, I think a teacher is respected and loved by everyone, all children. We affect the lives of so many children in our life. And children will always respect us. This is what we earn during teaching. The respect, the love from children and the respect from children. They always come and regard us. That is a wonderful relation that we build up with the students, and so many families, so many extended families we have good relations with. So that's a wonderful profession. Teaching, there can be nothing better than teaching.
अभी तो एक शिक्षक की तुलना पेड़ और सड़क से की जाती है। पेड़ जो सबको छाया देता है लेकिन खुद खड़ा रहता है, और सड़क सबको रास्ते तक पहुंचाती है लेकिन खुद वहीं खड़ी रहती है। यही किसी भी एक टीचर का धर्म होता है। आप चलते चलते मैं आपसे ये जरूर जानना चाहूंगी कि आज के टाइम पर आपका मैसेज, वैल्यूबल मैसेज क्या रहेगा, कीनोट एड्रेस क्या रहेगा हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए?
स्टूडेंट्स को मैं यही कहना चाहूंगी, एक तो टाइम मैनेजमेंट, यू मस्ट plan your time and never give up. Never ever give up. Nothing can beat you unless until you beat yourself. The moment when you give up, you will lose. But till you keep thinking that yes, you have decided to win, you will always be a winner. And always live your passion. Do not get carried away by anyone else, anyone who is misleading, or any thoughts which are misleading you yourself also. Choose the one which your heart says. And believe in yourself. Nothing can beat you. If you believe in yourself, you can always do wonders. There's nothing that can beat you with your own self-confidence. Be confident of yourself. Whatever decision you have taken, stay with that decision. Do not change it again and again. Be very, very adamant. If you have chosen something, you must succeed in that, and you will always succeed. This is my message to all the students. Thank you so much.
That's a wonderful message. Believe in yourself, be confident, be in yourself, and you can do wonders like any other people. किरण दलाल जी, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद हमारे साथ न्यूज मीडिया 47 की स्पॉटलाइट सीरीज में जुड़ने के लिए, और इतनी वैल्यूबल इंफॉर्मेशन आपने जो हमारे साथ शेयर की, एंड योर लाइफ हैज बीन अ वंडरफुल, एंड यू आर अ रोल मॉडल टू मिलियंस ऑफ पीपल.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All my best wishes. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
जी. और मैं अपने दोस्तों को बताऊं कि बिना गुरु नहीं होता जीवन साकार, सिर पर होता जब गुरु का हाथ, तभी बनता जीवन का सही आकार, गुरु ही है सफल जीवन का आधार. इस बात को आप कभी नहीं भूलेंगे. और फिलहाल मुझे यानी आरती को देंगे इजाजत स्पॉटलाइट की सीरीज में. अब मैं यही लेती हूँ आपसे विदा, लेकिन उम्मीद करते हैं हमारी अगली सीरीज में किसी न किसी मेहमान के साथ हम बिल्कुल जुड़ेंगे आपके साथ, और आप बने रहिए हमारे साथ. एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक, सब्सक्राइब एंड शेयर आवर चैनल. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.